Hello, welcome to this month's sales tip. The sales tip for May 2016 is Tim Royds here, director of Highclear, a company that provides both sales consultancy and sales training services in the UK and internationally, but focus purely on the B2B sector. This month you find me in Bogota, in Colombia. A beautiful city, a few things you may not know about it. At the moment I'm 2,640 metres above sea level, so the air's a little bit thin here. The airport here has more goods transferred through it than any other airport in Latin America, and indeed the second highest number of people of any airport in the whole of Latin America. And it's also provided the inspiration for this month's sales tip, which is going to be focused on managing concerns. And I'll tell you why in a moment. The first thing I'd like to say is that there's a difference between managing a concern and simply answering a question. Answering a question, well, that's just a request for information. Managing a concern, there's normally emotion involved. Fear, uncertainty, doubt, very common emotions. So that means that not only do we need to provide information, we need to do something to manage the emotion as well. One easy thing we should do, well, it's actually one thing you should avoid doing, and that is when you're faced with a concern like, I'm not so happy about what's going to happen when you implement this solution, don't instantly answer it. Don't instantly disagree with the customer or the prospect and what they've just said. Instead, see it from their point of view and express a little bit of understanding. So accept that their point of view is valid. It's simply there because they're lacking information right now. So start off by saying, okay, clarify what they mean, but start off by saying, okay, well, I can fully appreciate that, and if I was in your role, that would be something that I would want a lot of reassurance about as well. Don't disagree with them at first by stating the opposing point of view. Initially gain that common ground. Once you've done that, then you can add in the extra information to provide a different perspective. Now, I mentioned that this month's tip had been inspired by being here in Colombia, and that's because last time I was here about 8 years ago now, believe it or not, I saw a fabulous advertisement on the TV. And it started off by actually addressing a big misconception about the country. And the advertisement started off by saying, in Colombia, remember, you are at risk. Because that's what everybody perceives. But it then went on to say, you're at risk of seeing beautiful scenery. You're at risk of meeting great people. You're at risk of seeing beautiful seas. You're at risk of seeing an enormous variety of animals and plants. Absolutely superb way and a great example of how to manage customer concerns, and a great finishing line as well. And it finished with the line, remember, you are at risk in Colombia, you're at risk of wanting to stay. So that's what's prompted this month's sales tip. Remember, concerns, different to questions, emotions involved. Don't instantly provide the opposing view. Initially build the common ground, express some kind of empathy and agreement, and then provide the extra information to move the customer on. Look forward to seeing you next month.